Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of PoCommunity. On this episode, we welcome Joanna Johnson from Foxy Box, Coquitlam. Foxy Box is a waxing and laser hair removal center here in Poco, and we have a lot of fun on this one. Find out where I got waxed. Joanna, thanks for being on the show today. How's it going?
It's going good. I've finally made it in, so thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've been talking for years. It feels like you guys were opening around the same time we were.
Yeah, I think right when you were kind of creating that online platform, playing that kind of game where we're all into separate rooms, I think that's when we kind of connected.
Yeah, for sure. That was what what was Gather? It was called.
Yes, that's right.
Different times.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, tell us all about yourself and your franchise, obviously, Foxy Box.
Yeah. Well, myself, actually, I mean, how far are we going back? But originally, I was born in Poland and immigrated to Canada when I was 5. Obviously, the same kind of premise as my parents wanted a better life. I have always been interested in the beauty industry. I actually recall vivid memories of being 13 and having like neighbors come over and they'd lay on my couch and I'd do their eyebrows and I do grad makeup oftentimes. So my path was always kind of leaning towards the beauty industry. So just after high school, I went to aesthetic school and basically have been in the industry for 18 years now. But a lot of my knowledge and a lot of just what I learned was I went to or worked at a luxury-based spa where we pretty much did everything. I was part of management. I was a laser trainer. So my passion for just the industry grew, and I gained a lot of knowledge that I felt it was time to do something for myself. We kind of jumped on a couple different ideas, whether opening my own, either investing in real estate. And then, we went to the Franchise Expo and we ran across Foxy Box, and I just grew to love the brand and just the women behind the company.
Yeah, the branding is super bold.
Yeah, and it's so out there, and even just the Fox logo is just like, you kind of look at it and then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. But, we specialize in the art of the Brazilian and making that something, more comfortable for people to do. But, it's embracing everybody's, and not being ashamed of the word vagina,
Yeah.
Needs to be used more. That's what it is.
No, it's definitely just a step in the right direction. And just how open you guys are with not hiding what you guys do. Yeah. It's I think it's great. That's the first thing I notice about you guys is how great the branding and marketing is behind the business. It's bold and it tells you exactly what it is, but cleverly.
Yeah, and just being empowering and positive, and that's how we want our guests leaving is to be felt comfortable, but leaving on a positive kind of experience.
Where did Foxy Box originate?
So it originated on the island in 2012 by Kyla, who's our CEO, and she actually started from home, and she kind of grew her brand, at different shops around Victoria, and then eventually she got such a following because, again, specializing in Brazilians. She was just well known for that, and she opened up her first location in Victoria, which is now a corporate store.
Nice. So I know, like, our businesses, I think, opened up roughly around the same time. When did you guys open?
So December 2020.
Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah, it was interesting times, being, in an industry where, I'm always servicing people. So whether that's, manicures, pedicures, facials, and then to not have that connection with them was really hard, and I think people were really craving connection, and, we did have still a lot of people coming. It was just different, so once that had passed, it was so nice to like see people's faces, to connect with them, and just to reestablish that, you know, relationship with them.
Yeah, I can imagine the restrictions and guidelines being in that industry you guys had to follow. So it's almost like at the time it feels like a curse, but then as you go through it and you finish it, now with the times we're in now, it's especially for your industry, it's probably a little bit more lenient on like the restrictions around it all. You guys got through that, so like now it's probably like now you're running a business finally the way you wanted to in the beginning.
That's right. That's how I should have started. But, you know, obviously anytime you have difficulties, I think it just makes you grow stronger and really kind of, it makes you endure a lot of things. But again, you coming out of that, you know, you're a little bit more resilient, you know?
Yeah. So again, I'm going to go back to like your marketing, your like it's the first thing I noticed working May days with like across from you guys is just like the statement you guys are making and just how the bold t-shirts like you're wearing today. It's was that part of the reason why you like jumped on, is just how like it's because it's difficult. I'm a business owner and it's sometimes it's a bit edgy, right? So it's difficult going in that direction. We go through it with our name. People tie it to certain like politics or whatever when it has literally nothing to do with that. But going with a certain direction sometimes to some people is great, and then it's a shot in the foot for other businesses. So the bold name and branding behind Foxy Box, what like captivated you to it?
Well, I am very much into astrology, and I'm a fire sign, so I'm very passionate, very fiery. So I just loved that boldness, that like passion, and that empowering nature behind the branding. And again, just the women behind it as well. They're just as passionate and just open and just everything about that, right? That's what more or less drew me to it. But again, it's just that collaboration of women as well, because all locations are women owned. And just, I've always wanted to create a team that was like a sisterhood, right? Where we're supporting each other. Very common in this industry. A lot of people are out there for themselves, which I was never. I was always a team player, you know, I'd always kind of help others out, whether that's setting up, cleaning up, doing as much as I can to support others. So I wanted to create that with the women and my team. And I really felt that with connecting with Kyla and all the women behind the business. So I think that mainly is what drew me. Yeah,
it's like in the casual, like the comforting, fun vibe that you give off, and something that might not be the most comfortable, fun thing that you're doing, right? Yeah. So it's like creating that atmosphere for your customers brings them back, as well as like I think it's just clever marketing with the name. It's going to stick into your head. It's always going to grab your attention.
You will not forget it.
No, it's I mean, it's a huge part of a lot of people's lives. Like, I know that I have many women in my life as well as men that I know that do it for personal reasons or just any reason. And it's so giving that service and having fun with it. I think that's our generation is finally kind of bringing that forward, that just because you're a business doesn't mean you have to be super serious.
Yeah. And I think for us, like one of our core values is humor is critical, right? We're putting people in uncomfortable positions and sometimes uncomfortable situations. And so to kind of break the ice and to incorporate a little bit of humor into it really just put somebody at ease, right? And then, just, you know, letting them know it's okay. Like, we got you, and however they come in. So.
How did the CEO come up with the logo? Like,
Great question. I mean, I don't know. That would definitely be a question to ask her. But there obviously has to be some sort of representation as to why the fox. But I'll definitely ask her.
Yeah, that's awesome. How have you seen, like, how's the PoCo community been for you guys? Like, obviously it's a tough time to open a business. So we've noticed that this community is so tight and very supportive. So how has it been being in Poco?
It's been great. I mean, I've lived in kind of Coquitlam, Poco, since like grade 6, I'd say. So I really love this community. I just love what it has to offer. Even my doctor, she actually lives in does business out of the HSBC building, which is above us. So just having those like main connections, and I think just staying in that community, like again, having a Polish background, they always have the Polish festival. So having that kind of Polish community behind there as well, because we always do the Polish festival. But yeah, it's just the main connections. And as far as the businesses, like I've reached out to a lot of like, even just in the Tri-Cities alone, and everybody is just so open and so collaborative and willing to, support each other, which is so nice to have. And I think COVID really forced a lot of businesses to do that, to collaborate and to make connections so that we could support each other through whatever it is we were going through. So
yeah, we see that a lot here. Where 10 years ago, somebody in the same industry as you'd look at it as competition.
Totally.
And then more so now, we have multiple different different industries in this building, members, but there's also people that are within the same industries that instead of looking at each other as competition, everybody gets clients that might not be perfectly for them.
Totally.
And it's that word of mouth, like, I do know somebody that might be better for you. It depends on the niche you're in or all those things. So we become this co-working community, as well as just the community in Poco and just the Tri-Cities alone. It seems like there's a lot more of that, where it's just like, okay, the last few years has been so difficult on small businesses. Yeah. We want more of us around. We're not the competition for one another. In reality, it's the big corporations that we're probably competing with.
Yeah.
Let's help each other out. And because of that, it's a really healthy atmosphere for you see it at events like May Days and stuff. It's like everybody's out there to have fun and work with one another. And with the amount of collaborations we've seen in this space between business owners, just trade-off deals and stuff, because everybody knows how difficult it is financing a business now, financing anything as a family. You have a family, living,
3 kids,
and you're running a business, and everything keeps going up in cost. Yeah. And so when you can meet these people and help each other out in any way possible, it's massive.
Yeah, and I, kind of going back to, I guess into the old days, but like just trading and not like bartering, but like offering each other services, right? Yeah. As a result of, cross connect, like connecting in that way, come have, waxes on the house, and then you could do my hair or whatever, trading used to be a big thing. And I think that is great for small businesses, because then you cross promote, and then who knows, you make other connections that way too.
It's huge. It's crucial, I think, for just small businesses to succeed. Things like we're doing here, talking to one another, collaborating, social media. That's like another thing you guys are great with, right? Like you guys know how to market yourself with social media. All businesses need to do that now. Yeah. That's where I think like franchises, because they have their stuff locked and they locked down, they know how they have to have their packages ready to want a franchise. Yeah. So you have that system already set for you, where it's a success. It's a well-functioning machine when you start, but you still need to have the people to drive it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How many franchises are there for Foxy Box?
So actually, when I started, so in 2020, I was, I think, the third, because at the same time we had Uptown in Victoria and myself opening. And then Uptown ended up opening a bit like a month or 2 sooner than us, based on their build out. I would have been the second franchise. And then as of, last I heard, we have 16 locations. Wow. So that's across Canada. All in Calgary, Toronto, Kamloops, Port Alberni. There's so many. So we're definitely growing. Yeah. There obviously will be more on the mainland. I can't quite say, but we've grown immensely.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's kind of cool to be like. like, oh, you're not the CEO, but you've been around like one of the second, third location. Like that's amazing. That's got to be a good feeling to see that you made the right decision. That's a growing company. That's a huge thing to be a part of. It's a huge thing to be a part of. So that's very smart. There's so many, like, you know how it is, having funds to do this and start a franchise or start a business from scratch. Anything is so expensive, and it's a gamble. It is a huge gamble. Totally. So I think a lot has to do with just the brand and the just how you guys carry the look of in everything. It's huge, and that's why I think branding is huge. It's the best. Yeah. The best thing you can do for your business, and you guys have got locked down. Yeah. Yeah. I think passion in the industry, I think, as well. Because I love laser. I'm just a nerd when it comes to laser. So like, if it's one thing I'm passionate about, it's laser. So I'm so happy that of course, in the beginning, they were solely doing waxing, and then they brought in the laser. So when that came on, I was like, yes. I love that. So. No. So it's like it's growing while the company's growing, and it's learning and doing new things while you started out with just this. Yeah, totally. That's great. I kind of just envy franchises because it's something we'd love to do here. Yeah. And it's the person starting it out and creating a franchise, the amount of work that goes behind it is so much. And Kyla is like a boss babe. Like, she's got so many like innovative ideas, and anytime you have like struggles, she's like, okay, let me think about this and get back to you. Like, the amount of like creativity she has to help like tackle like an issue or something like marketing or ideas to market. She's so on point with so many things, and always willing to be there to support you with any struggles. Yeah. So I think that's key as well, as having that supportive system. Yeah. Have you noticed service industry, like any service industry, there's a lot of people that do it for themselves and money. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that do it out of passion. And I can tell you're like one of the people that does it out of passion, and it's actually something you've wanted to do for a very, very long time. So do you have like a lot of customers that have come in that have had bad experiences in the past that you've changed their whole mindset on what you guys do? I mean, I think just being in this industry, I have, because I initially came into this industry actually struggling with my skin a lot, right? Not even so much with the waxing aspect, but one of the reasons behind even being an esthetician was to help others that had similar issues. So, I've had some people that have followed me from wherever and whatever I've been doing, and they still to this day, drive out from North Van or drive out from Chilliwack to come see me, because that's just how much trust they have in me. But yeah, we've had tons of people that have come in and they were like, wow, like that is the best wax I've ever had. It's like, what? I had a bad experience, or, this happened before. And it's like, like to explain, the process of how we do things and the steps to do them. And obviously we do the fastest Brazilian on the market, usually about 20 minutes. Most places are about half hour, sometimes up to an hour, which is too long for pain. But, we try to get people in and out. And we've definitely converted some people as a result of, prior experiences. Yeah. And you said you had skin issues in the past. Yeah. Do you guys use different, not all wax works for one person, right? Is there different kinds of wax you use? There are different kinds of wax, and it really can depend on a company. Some have a variety to everything from sensitive to oily skin to there's a variety of different waxes. We use a very sensitive and gentle wax that has titanium dioxide, so it can be heated at a much lower temperature, making it great for sensitive skins. And it is a cream wax, so it's very kind of gentle. There's no scents in it, because oftentimes people can be sensitive to that as well. But we've just stuck with this wax, and it has, that's part of the reason why we have one of the best waxes, just the wax alone. And of course the steps that you take
to the wax. So, yeah.
What are the like differences of benefits between waxing to laser removal?
Well, waxing to like eventually the more you wax, so again, this is consistently for people that have come in, 10, 20 plus years have been waxing to the point of, let's say, that 20-year mark, a lot of the times they have little to no hair. So the more you wax, the more it disables the blood supply to the hair follicles, and eventually you will get reduction. Granted, laser, you're doing at a much quicker pace. Not everybody can get laser because it's based on melanin, which is pigment in your hair. So for anybody that has blonde, gray, white hair, the hair lacks pigment. So the laser has absolutely nothing to target. Okay. So for those people, waxing is kind of the only option other than electrolysis. So, I mean, each has its own benefits. Obviously, waxing, it's going to take you a lot longer to get that reduction. Laser, obviously much quicker, typically usually about a year consistently. And then, a random touch up every 6 months to a year. But not everybody can get laser, which sucks. I've wanted, like, in my mind, I'm like trying to create a machine that can do all hair, but I'm still thinking about that. One day.
it'll be one day. I mean, they could put rocket ships on the moon. Like, I mean,
right? I know.
You think that you could figure that out?
There has to be some sort of premise or some sort of like component in hair that can be targeted. Well, I don't know.
I don't have much like knowledge in laser hair removal, but like how long has that industry even been around?
Oh gosh, quite a while. I mean, obviously technology has advanced, and it's constantly changing. Like I went to the ESI show, which is the aesthetic show they have every year, and some of the machines that they have, like, even just the interfaces and like just you literally plunk in things and it just does the math for you, right? Or does the calibrations or the parameters for you. And you're just like, what? Like, I used to have to do that manually, So that's definitely, changed over the years. But when did I start laser? Like 2009. So even back then, the machines were pretty advanced. So it's been around for a while.
Has it changed much?
Machines have, for sure, and just how effective they are, and I think pain-wise as well, they've actually gotten better. So it's not so much of a painful treatment. I remember doing like a full leg with a little optic that was like this size. It's like a 9x9, an entire leg with a little spot size. So it would take you 2-3 hours. Now, like a full leg would be 20 minutes.
Crazy.
So it's become less painful and faster.
I've heard the same about, I think, tattoo laser removal, same thing. It used to be highly painful.
Yes.
It's still painful.
Yes.
But it's quicker and it's a little more comforting.
Yeah. More comfortable.
More comfortable, and that's huge. It's I mean, nobody likes being uncomfortable, but we as humans, we tend to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations for positive outcomes. So it's the more comfortable you can be in something that you might not normally be comfortable in, you're going to choose, right? So
totally.
Some places, like with good service, like you guys, I honestly think fun environment's key, and just people walking into something that you probably not too excited for, but you are just, at least it's a fun place to go. And
totally. And people come in and we're like, we got you. You can do this. Like, it's more the empowering aspect of it, and be like, you've got this. Like, you can do hard things, So I think pushing people past their limits, sometimes they're like surprised. They're like, wow. And sometimes even just talking to them throughout the service, by the time that we're done, they're like, wow, we're done? Like, it's over? You're like, yeah, you did it. Good job. So,
Do you get a lot of first timers?
Oh, we get a ton of first timers, and actually we have a campaign right now where any wax is on the house. So like your first free wax. So it could be like a small area, or you can get 50% off a large area. So that's been kind of a driving force in getting a lot of new clients in. And it's just so nice to see because people are like, wow, this is free on the house. We're like, you get to try it out, which is awesome.
Yeah, so. No, definitely. I saw you firsthand, the free stuff, the free cards you were giving out. I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Like I said so many times, I love your guys' just branding and product that you throw out there, and just your social media and everything. So I want people to know where they can get in contact with you, look up Foxy Box, find out more, and then possibly use your services.
Yeah. Again, our website's super like user friendly. You just scroll to whatever location. We have Mount Pleasant location in East Vancouver as well. So that's our other location on the mainland. But I mean, there's so many avenues to reach us. Instagram, we have a TikTok as well, which is really funny. We try to put humor in that. Obviously Facebook, our website, foxyboxwaxbar.com. So super simple.
Well, thank you so much, Joanna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It's felt like it should have happened a long time ago, and I'm so happy we finally got it done.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as well as like and comment on this podcast. It was a very, very fun one. And guess what, guys? While we went to PoCommunity days, I spun a wheel. Was it a wheel?
Yeah, spin to win.
Yeah, spin to win. And I won a free underarm waxing. So why don't we do it now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, this is my wrestling pose. This is perfect. Yeah, a pro wrestler. This is legit my pose. So here we go.
Okay. All right.
Oh, that's hot.
You got this.
Oh.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus.
I mean, Kelly Clarkson. I mean, oh, that wasn't too bad.
You got this.
You should do this, Sad.
Not that bad.
No, now I'm.
All right. Half done.
Half done.
Half done.
It's kind of like a massage.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's not bad. I sit through tattoos.
Well, actually, to be honest, if you could do a tattoo, you could definitely do that.
Depends on the area, I would say.
For sure. I mean, I've had my ribs tattooed, and I'd say it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's like to be a painful spot.
All right.
Oh, that one was good. The inner armpit. Oh man.
Look how clean that looks. Beautiful.
Aaron's gonna be jealous how clean these armpits are.
It'll feel totally different. It'll feel nice and airy for you.
Nice.
How was that? Not too bad?
It's not bad at all.
Well,
no,
on to the next.
On to the next one here.
A little bit there. There we go. Beautiful. All right, you can put that one down.
Okay.
Look at that. Fresh and so clean. Have you ever had them done before?
No, never.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never had any wax before.
Not even your eyebrows?
Nope. I've only had them like at the barber, like trim them, but.
Well, you know, this could be a regular thing.
It could be.
The feeling that you get, like when your underarms are clean, it's just something else.
It's actually good for wrestling. It looks good.
Oh, right. Yeah. So we get a ton of men that are swimmers or cyclists.
Yeah.
So they tend to wax their legs, or really, I mean, it can shave 0.2 off any swimming, competitions, you know, if you're smooth as a dolphin.
Yeah. You ever have to like, ooh, that one was good. You ever have to like, anybody ever ask you to like wax a certain like shape into their hair?
Oh, I did actually. I had somebody ask me to do a heart.
Oh, that's nice.
Which I haven't been trained on doing hearts, but you know what? I was willing to try it out, and sure enough, I made a heart, and it was absolutely perfect.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Oh, that one was good. That was like a silent pain.
Nice, huh?
ASMR, kids.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. All right.
See, these are the tough things we have to do in our job, right?
Yeah.
We interview them, we get waxed.
Yeah, just like Mo next time when he has to get his eyebrows waxed on camera. And it's going to happen.
I love it. I love it.
Because he still has the coupon.
Oh, does he?
He still has the coupon.
Oh my gosh, yes. Let me see, please. All right, there we go.
Oh, dude,
You're
I was.
all done.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
It's going to feel very fresh and airy under there.
Nice. I like it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, I don't
It
have.
helps me walk faster now.
Well, I got like this awesome, like it's a tattoo, and I always like
great.
it's a girl, and I always have my gross hair growing out of her face. So it's like.
I love that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, of course. You did it.